Hi, folks. How are you? Oh, my word. It's been a hot minute since I've been live. Whoo, Lord. I almost don't know how to do this. Hold on. Let me get to the right account. I'm almost forgotten how to be live, y'all. Not to mention, probably no one's going to be here because I haven't been live in a month. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. But anyway. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? I see you're here. So I'm going to assume you're getting me over into the group. You're there. Yay. How are you? Hopefully you're having a good day. Anyway, my name's Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. I love to paint. I love to create. I love junk journaling. I love all the things. Mainly, you'll find me painting on my page, though I have not been live in a month because my life is crazy, y'all. But this is such a fun thing. I'm so glad I signed up for this, especially given the crazy world I live in right now with not being able to go live. So this is like the one thing that makes me go live. Hey, Cindy, good to see you, girlfriend. I have missed y'all so much. I am coming back to my daily lives. I just have to get my work is crazy right now, and it has to calm down just a little bit for me in order for me to get back, but I will be back. So this is the Patchwork of Friendship, where we do a quilt square for our friends who are in this program. Today I have the privilege of creating for Lindy Tate with Tatterbuggin. Got something in mind for her I hope she'll love. But first, before we do that, I have my square that I received from Nicole just recently. I was a little nervous because I was like, but anyway, we're all busy, and you know, it's so hard to get these done and get them out and get them to the folks without like stressing. So I can't wait to see what she created for me last month. I purposefully don't watch because this is like a really special treat and surprise for me that I open up. So I'm opening this up for the first time, and I got stuff falling. Oh, this is so cute, Nicole. She's with Adora Creations. Nicole, y'all know her, love her. She may have already been on today. I don't know. But I am in love with this. This is so cute. All right, guys, here it is. It's a flamingo that she's painted on there. And then she's got these little flowers as its body. And then it says, "You're delightfully perfect at being you. Love, Nicole, Adora Creations." I am in love with this. And it took down to the bigger square. That is so precious. Thank you. I love it. Metallic paints. She's got all the stuff. It's got bling. It's got flowers. I am in love with it. A little wooden heart. That is just so cute. So cute. Isn't it beautiful, guys? I'm in love with it. Hey, Debbie, how are you? All right. I'm going to set this aside with all my others. At some point, I can't wait to just like go through all of them and figure out like what I'm going to do. I want to put them together. So I don't know exactly how to put them together, but I want to put them together. I'm going to turn this down and I'm going to get us started. And unfortunately, I've got to do this a little differently. So bear with me, and I'm going to get you. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Cheryl. How are you? I'm going to get you to tell me if you can hear me because I'm a little nervous. I have to do things a little different because of the crazy pricing that StreamYard went to. I can no longer have two cameras like I used to have and I used to love, but to do that, it's like $800. And I'm like, yeah, no. I can't afford that, or don't want to afford that. Let's just put it like that. And so you're gonna have to do it like this. So can you hear me out there? Hey, Jeanette, how are you? And Catherine, my audio is perfect. Hey, Michelle, good. I'm glad you can hear me. Just want to make sure, thumbs up, that you can hear me. Okay. So I just opened that. And so I had done this on one of my lives that I did daily. We had done this little girl, and I know Lindy does these little girls, and I thought maybe she would love this. I also know that she loves teal. She loves, her favorite holiday is Memorial Day. She likes vintage and shabby chic. And so I'm like, I think we can do something with this and incorporating her favorite holiday. I know, Debbie. I love it. Good. I'm glad you can hear me just fine. I'm glad, because I always worry that something, is going to go wrong. So obviously Memorial Day was what, just a few weekends ago, right? Or a couple Mondays ago now. Seems like it's been so long and yet so short, right? So we're going to do some red and blue in the background, and we're going to have some fun with it, okay? Because I kind of want to put that in the background, and then we'll have our little sweet girl. I don't want to do too much. So I'm debating on whether or not to draw the little girl out, at least her face, so it doesn't have that red behind it. We could probably cover it. I'm going to use a little water because I don't want it to be pink, but I want it to be a little bit watered down because I don't want it to be so bold, right? And so I want it to almost look like maybe like little fireworks is where I'm going with that, was the word fireworks. Like in the background. So I kind of want it to be a little splotchy, right? So a little brighter, a little bolder, a little lighter, etc. Yes, I love this event. I do love this event. This is so special. I love doing these for the creatives who are part of this event. I love receiving what I get. There's not been one that I have not absolutely just loved. And it's been like, they're all been different, but yeah, everyone seems to be like perfect for me. Isn't that funny? Hey, Kelly, how are you? It's like, that's perfect for me. I couldn't imagine anything more perfect. And so we're going to have just some fireworks going off. I want to keep them mainly up, the top part. I don't know. Maybe she's like at one of those big, DC events where they have like those huge, or Disney where they have those huge fireworks, where the sky just lights all up red and blue and just beautiful. I know this is going to look also a little bit like 4th of July, but I'm like, if Memorial Day is your favorite holiday, 4th of July has to be like really close, right? Like really close. All right. So I'm kind of loving that. And I think I'm going to just kind of leave it at that. We may come back and we may add something on. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'm kind of loving that, what we have going on there. And so now we're going to get our little girl in. I'm going to give this a quick dry. Y'all, my husband came down here. Now, I'm not going to complain too much. And he cleaned up for me around my desk, which is really nice of him. Except for, hey, Lisa. Hey, Jen. Except for he moved stuff. And yeah, I can't find nothing. Not that I'm not gonna complain because it was an awesome thing for him to do that for me. But I'm like, and he did put like stuff together, and like that was nice. But in my chaotic mess, I know where everything is, right? Are you like that? You're like, even though it might be a mess and you might look at it and be like, this is a hot mess, you know where everything is at. And so yeah, that's kind of me. I knew where everything was at, and yet and now he's got to move stuff. And I was like searching just before this for my sponges, and I'm like, where did he put them? He moved them because they're not where I had left them. And I'm like, I don't know where he's put them, and I kind of need them for this effect that I'm going for this, you know. I was like, I kind of need it. But it was all good. So we're gonna get her face in here, I think, first. And I'm just gonna kind of wing it a little bit, and we can fix whatever we need to. I just want to kind of figure out like her head. I want to get her head in here, and yeah, she's gonna have hair and stuff like that. So, you know, if we need to cover up anything, we cover it up with hair, right? So this is gonna be like her chin here, maybe. I just gotta make sure it's big enough. And so that's my only thing is like I want her head to be big, right? She's bigger. And so, but I don't want to make it too big. So I kind of want to start and then just keep building. Like I need room for her big eyes. And then we'll work her hair in and all of that. We'll worry about whatever we need to cover up. That's no big deal. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Oh, Lydia, thank you. So I am creating for Lindy tonight. Lindy Tate with Tatterbuggin. And I'm hoping she'll like this. I know she likes her little girls, and she says Memorial Day is her favorite. And so I had done this little girl on my page back last year. It was last fall that I did this little girl, and I we're just gonna get her in here. Hey, Linda, how are you? My Virginia friend. How's the weather down there where you are? I'm from Virginia, y'all. I'm from Central Virginia. Kind of if you're looking at the state of Virginia, and if you put your finger kind of in the middle of the state, you'll pretty much put your finger right on where I'm at. Okay. And so we can figure out what her sticky, that's how it was on Saturday here. I had a birthday paint party, and it was really cute. It was a 7-year-old one, and it was outside though, and of course they're calling for bad weather, and I was a little bit nervous because I was like, oh no, but it was all good. It just sprinkled a little bit that morning. Now we're gonna probably cover up part of this with her hair, so her face won't look quite this shape, but it's gonna look close. And so because I mainly want to make sure I have room for. I might have made her cheeks a little bit big, but she just might have big cheeks. I don't know. We're gonna find out, you know. But we'll figure it out. Um, Anyway, but it just kind of sprinkled earlier that day, like right before, and then like right before the party, it sprinkled a little bit, and then about the time of the party, it cleared, the sun came out, and it was really nice. And so, all right. So let's see about some of these little details here. We're going to get her face in here. First, I go till 6:30, right? Okay, good. I think that's right. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. Sounds like a country song. All right, we're just going to get a little nose. I kind of like to kind of start. I don't want to get too big a nose. She don't have that big a nose, right? So she just has like a little bubble type nose, right? Just a little. We can fix whatever we need to fix. It's no big deal. But then doing that, it helps me get the eyes in. Get what I need in for the eyes. And again, we can cover up anything we want to cover up. So this is going to be like her eyebrows up here. This is what this is going to end up being. Is some of her eyebrows. And then her eyes will come in here, but we kind of want to make them big. So I want to just start with like getting kind of just general shapes, right? You can kind of see how this is going to work out. No, she's not going to have dark circles around her eyes. She really is not. We're just using this color just to help with shape, right? And then she's got her lips. Again, just shape. When you're doing lips and faces, the lips kind of go halfway to the eyes. So if you proportion, those lips go like halfway to the eyes. And you can figure out how big you want those lips to be. Again, doesn't really matter. We'll worry about hairline and all of that in a minute. We're just solely working on just her face right now. Oh, she's looking cute. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, it's hard. Outdoor parties are hard. They had easy ups and stuff, and it ended up being really awesome. It ended up being a really beautiful day. But I do agree with you that they are a little bit, they're not my favorite in the fact that it can rain, I agree. And so we're going to get her eye in here because I want to make sure her eye is big as I want it to be. And so but no, I understand what you're saying. They're hard. But she did have easy ups and we were under there, and thankfully the wind wasn't blowing, and so we didn't have issues of like the canvases blowing and stuff like that. So that's my biggest concern. I'm like, easy ups work great for the they work great for the sun or for the rain, but wind is one of those things that like really it's hard to like. And her daughter wanted the easels, so but it was really a great party. The kids had a blast and it was a lot of fun. All right, so we're kind of getting our face on there. I know it looks a little strange. I promise you it's not going to when we're done, though. I promise you. So where I put kind of some of that darker, I'm just going to go over top of it with this color, and we're going to kind of erase it a little bit because we had that color down. And so now we're going to take it back to where what we don't want. So we'll only keep what we want. But it'll still peek through a little bit to let you know that it was kind of there. That's the beauty of it. It peeks through a little bit to kind of let you know that yeah, it was there. And so I'm going to come up here a little bit. Give her a little bit more of an eyelash, right? Some space between that. I may have to take these up just a little bit higher, but that's okay. Can easily do that. And so y'all, sometimes coming up with like what to do for these is the hardest part, because you're like, you want it to be something nice. You want it to be something that is like, actually, I don't think I want that color. I think I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this and mix it with a little bit of that. And let's get in some lip color going here. And I'm just going to kind of go over top of those lines, maybe leave just a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to cover them up. And it'll peek through. You'll be able to see it peek through just a little bit. And her lips can be a little bit bigger because she is whimsical, right? And so I want her to be smiling a little bit. She was a little more too like, I don't know, not smiling enough for me. I want a little smirk on her face or something. So we'll adjust them a little bit. And so, okay. I'm going to come in up here a little bit higher here and start to work in her eyebrows. I don't know. She doesn't have a unibrow. That's a good thing. Can't say I'm loving her brows, but we'll work on them a little bit more. We'll put a little lighter color in there too. I'm not the greatest with eyebrows anyway. Mine, I just rely on I rely on the lady I go to the spa, Cheryl, to do mine because I can't do them. And I know I can't do them. That's a little better angle right there. Not so squared. Not so squared. All right. I'll come over here on this cheek and I want to get a little, take that away a little bit. She's a young girl. She doesn't have dark circles underneath of her eyes. So we're going to go over those. Right? And we're going to take those out. She got a little round face, but we're going to fix it. Don't worry. It's going to get fixed. I got to figure out what color I want. What color hair do we want? What color hair? Let's see what I have to work with here because I really wasn't thinking about hair too much. What color hair? Y'all tell me what color hair. Tell me, did y'all have a good day today? I know it's a Monday. Is your Monday in? All right. We're gonna have some blonde hair, but we're gonna have a little bit more on her face here. A little bit more. And give her a little color in her cheeks. And I'm just using a touch of red into the sugar peach that I used for the initial skin color. And you can mix your own skin color if you like to do that. You can do that. It doesn't matter what color you use. You can mix your own. I think a really nice mixed skin color is if you mix red, yellow, and white. You'll get a really nice skin tone. So you can do that. If you don't have a skin tone color that you like, you can do that. And then if you want darker skin tones, like that'll give you a nice Caucasian skin tone. And then if you want a little bit darker, all you have to do is just add a little darker, brown in there or something like that. And you'll have a nice skin tone regardless of color that you're looking for. Sometimes if you start with brown, if you want a browner skin tone and you start with brown, sometimes you get too dark too fast and you're like, I don't want quite that color. Or it's not warm, it's a cool dark. That happens also. And then they don't look like they're alive. And you want them to be alive. You're like, I don't want them to look like, I don't really want that color. But I think I'm going to have to go with that color because I don't have anything else to go with. So it's going to be fine. Oh, nice. Nice. A blonde. Okay, we're going to go blonde. I already said we're going to go blonde. And I want a base coat for that blonde, though. Just like, you know, every blonde, how they put the darker low lights in. I want that. And then we'll put the lighter colors on top. And so this is where we get to eat up some of this forehead and some of these side here by just kind of figuring out like what we want hair wise. And so you know, we're gonna put a neck on her. She's gonna get a neck. She still looks like she's a little chubby, but that's okay. She might be a little chubby. She might be like me. She might be like me. Give her a neck. And we can always build out on the neck. We want to start a little shorter or a little narrower and then build out, or we'll get it way too big, right? And so and then her shoulders will come in here. She doesn't have we don't want her to have like a giraffe neck or anything like that. We just want her to have a nice neck. And so roughly like that will be her shoulders. We'll figure out what she's wearing. She's wearing something. It's so fun to watch the grandson. He's such a fun age right now. I could be here all day when I can just do this and be done. Okay. We'll figure out what's happening down here in a minute. We're going to go back to that face for a minute, and we're going to work on them eyes a little bit. We want to get her eyes in there, and we want her eyes to look good. So we're going to spend a hot minute on her eyes, and then we can figure out everything else. And so anybody else do anything fun over the weekend? Hopefully somebody did something fun. Hopefully had a good weekend. Oh, thank you, Christy. Hopefully she'll like it. Hopefully once we get all of the stuff done on it, she'll like it. Okay, now her eye color, I want her eye color to be like a pretty, kind of just like an unusual color. Not a color you see all the time, I don't think. I want them to be an unusual color. If I don't like it, I can always take it out. Just hanging out. Wow, that was crazy. I do agree. Oh, good, Wendy. I'm so glad that you think she will. I hope she will. I hope that she will love it. Let's see, once you start to get everything on, you almost have to like trust the process. And sometimes that's hard to do, is to trust the process, guys. Because you're like, I don't know if I'm liking this thing. This thing was, you're looking a little like of a hot mess. But we got to trust the process. And so put in some eyes. Yeah, yesterday here, I mean, we didn't have any issues. We didn't even have any, what I would call even bad storms, but they were like, tornado watch. I'm like, really? Um, I'm like, okay. That's not something you see a whole lot here. Not in Central Virginia near the mountains. Like, usually that's not something we worry about. But, oh, she's coming together now, right? The eyes in there, she's coming together. What's the time? Oh, I got 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So, we're going to let those dry a little bit. We'll work on a little bit more of this hair in the meantime. And I kind of want to, let me get a little bit bigger brush. Y'all had them yesterday too? Wow. I mean, we didn't even have like, we had, it rained pretty hard here at one point, but I want her hair to kind of be like stacked on her head, kind of, like a messy bun type thing. I always have issues trying to create those, but I always like want to do them. And so don't ask me why I want to do it when I always have issues creating them, but I kind of just want it done like that, because then I'm going to kind of want to do something fun with it, but we'll see. We'll see. And so we want to put this brown in, and I can even pick up a little bit of this other brown and put a little bit of this other brown in there, because then we're going to come on top of it with the darker, and then we'll have the little curls falling out. It's going to be cute, I think, in the end, hopefully. We may have to put little ears out there, just like a little indication of ears, depending on how we do her hair. I don't know yet. We'll determine if we need that. but I kind of just want her hair going everywhere, you know. And you'd see a little bit down here, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. Kind of where it's bunched up. I mean, just think about when you put your hair up, you can still see kind of a little bit framing your face, right? This is just a little messy. I don't want it to be perfect. Not, at least not that part, right? So that part is just the underlying part that we're going to build on to everything else. And so I got like 7 minutes. Okay. I don't know how I can never finish these. I'm always in awe of those that finish. Like, how you finish? How are you that fast? How are you that fast that you finish? I don't ever finish. I always have to come back to it. All right, I'm loving that. It'll split and go around you. Well, that's good. That's good that it splits and goes around you, because it's never any good when you have this like really strong storms. But yeah, the mountains usually protect us. And so we'll get some like strong storms and some strong rain, but a lot of times the mountain protects us from like the like tornadoes and the things like that. But yesterday they were calling for them here, and I was like, really? Okay. Okay. I'm going to hit that with the dryer up there. So I got 5 minutes to go back and start to put in some actual hair. And we can make it like a little bit crazy. Thank you, Lydia. It is a lot to do in 45 minutes. And then you have to open the one that you got, which you want to do. And for me, like, I haven't seen it before. So you want to take a minute to like look at it and appreciate it. Before you just like shove it aside and be like, I've got to do something else. Like, I want to be able to enjoy it for just a minute before I have to move on to work on this. And so here we can just kind of have fun with the little like hand-me-downs. And we can decide how long her hair is, how short her hair is, what part's going up into this bun, right? And then like, so you can just have fun with this part. Go a little like, woo, crazy. I want to pull some hair up like we're in the bun, but then I'm gonna like the bun area, we're gonna be a little like crazier with it. She's definitely got some crazy hair going. That'll be like a part area right there. And see, now you understand why we put that dark in. So now when we work in this light in, we have something to play with. And so then we can have little like little wispies that are falling down. I don't know about you, but I always have the little wispies that fall down whenever I put my hair up. It's never perfect. She's getting a little crazy hair. What time is it? Oh, I got 1 minute. All right. Well, I'm going to turn up and start to say bye. And I'm going to continue working on this for just a little bit. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. That means a lot. Let me figure out how to turn up here. So this is why I need to like stop now and give myself a whole minute to figure this out. Okay, guys. I'm going to see you later. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Enjoy all of the presenters. This is where we got to for Lindy. We'll finish it up and have it out in the mail to her for next month for her to open. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day watching the Patchwork of Friendship quilt. And I don't know if I said that right, but Friendship Project. Yeah, Patchwork of Friendship Project. Yep, there we go. I always get it turned around. Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your night. I'll see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.